Hey, welcome to another show of Voices in the Struggle. I'm your main man, Big Ant, and I have a very special one for you tonight. I have assembled some black men ranging from ages 23 to 56 to talk about uh, what black men want and relationships and commitment and marriage. So I have Mr. Elijah Grant from Maryland. I have Mr. Evan Jefferson from Atlanta, Georgia. I got Dr. Jamal Torre from Savannah, Georgia. I got Demetrius Hurst from Savannah, Georgia. And I got Dontavius Seaborn from New York. So, hey, guys, thank you for taking the time to appear on our show and even during the Super Bowl. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Anybody got anything they want to say before we open up, before we start with the questions? Mr. Evan Jefferson, tell us, you do financial consulting and investing. When does your show come on?
6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, normally on Facebook or YouTube, ERGJ Enterprises. That's when I do our live trading sessions. And then we have a book club that we run at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time, which focuses on basically building the wealth consciousness.
Okay, all right. Dr. Jamal Torre, when does your show come on, good sir, on All Things Relevant Media?
Our show, Run Tell That, comes on Wednesday at 6 p.m. And you know, for me, I just tell folks, you know, Brother Jamal is fine with me. We roll with Brother Jamal.
Brother Jamal. Okay. So, fellas, I'm going to ask some questions. You've never heard the questions before. I just, want you to give your open and honest answer. And there's no right or wrong answer. Okay. So, the first question: How important is it having a conversation about 5 years goals when you get into a relationship? Evan, Mr. Jefferson, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, I think it's super important to discuss, long-term 5-year goals, because you can kind of set the direction, and you can always kind of get back in line if you find yourself out of it. Unfortunately, I don't think I've really had 5-year goal conversations. so although it's probably pretty important, I don't think I've had not with the significant other. Like, hey, where are we going with this thing? So, but yeah, I think it's important.
Sometimes you don't get to it.
Well, sometimes you have to be on the other side of the talking, and even like you might want to bring it up. It's just like, I guess this ain't the right time, and then you keep on moving on. So you get back to it.
Absolutely. All right, Mr. Grant.
Well, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Well, I think it depends on when you are in a relationship. I mean, we sort of casual conversation. We've been dating like 2 or 3 months. I mean, we can't get that deep, but if we've been together like a year or two, I think it's a very good conversation need to be held. I think it all depends on where you're at in the relationship. You just asked me, well, hey, what you plan on doing? You asked me personally, what you plan on doing 5 years? I got you. But if you're talking about us, then we just met. We've only been dating 2 or 3 months now. Just wait for us in 5 years. But you just want to know what my plans are. I can tell you, but I can't tell you about us because I'm still getting to know you.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
So you just think don't jump in too early with that, huh?
Yeah, don't jump too early about the 5 years. Right now, just me, and then maybe a couple months down the road, we can talk about us. It depends how we feel about each other.
Okay. Mr. Demetrius Hurst.
Yes, sir. I can really just piggyback off what Brother Elijah said. Like, it really does depend on where you are in a relationship, because that type of thing is going to determine like the direction of the relationship. That's something that can, maybe affect the relationship. So let's say, for instance, if I'm dating somebody maybe like 4 years or something like that, and now, we get to talk about the next 5 years, me wanting to go into medical school, that can definitely, affect the relationship and the direction. So we got to make sure that we all on the same page and, knowing what's going to happen in the next 5 years, and, so we can start, working on towards it, make sure that we can deal with it. So, but of course, if maybe if you like married for a while, you know that your partner not going nowhere. So that probably won't be the most importance. That might just maybe be like, okay, maybe in 5 years I want to start a business or something. Like I feel like it's really important for big things, maybe, you know. So yeah.
Okay. Brother Torre.
Excuse me. It is absolutely essential and important for us to have a conversation. And just like the brothers threw out there earlier, it depends on where you're going with regard to the relationship. But there's an element that I have to throw in there that when you're talking about this 5 year, you move to that point to even have that conversation, it's about honesty on both sides. It's honesty from the brother and honesty from the sister. That again, we're being real about what we say we want and where we want to get that support. Because for each one of us, there are some strengths that we're going to bring to the relationship, and that there are some weaknesses that the other person can possibly help the other person with. But then when we are not honest with regard to this, then it all becomes kind of false. Because again, when we're not being real, that's why I tell folks we got to be genuine, we got to be sincere about any conversation that we think is going to be about us being together for a long time period.
Absolutely. Brother Ray, thanks for joining us, my brother.
Man, what's happening with y'all, man? I'm sorry for my tardiness, you know. I'm over here. Hey,
You got a Miami Dolphins shirt? That's why you was late.
That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gotta represent. How y'all doing this evening, though?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
Dontavius, I'm throwing this question to you. I threw him a question. He blinked out. He blacked out on me. Oh. How important is it having a conversation about your 5 year goals?
All right. Can you hear me good? You hear me good?
We can hear you.
All right. I'm gonna say it's a very serious conversation. Someone that's, I'm 30 years old. I've dated a different spectrum of young ladies. I think that the biggest thing you can do is know somebody's next steps in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when you get those 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year conversations. And as soon as you can know, what type of input you're going to have in their life and their pursuit of life and what their goals look like, you can kind of know if honestly you guys are going to meet in a specific place or don't meet in a specific place. I work in higher education. I move a lot. So if I'm dating somebody or I'm with someone that, doesn't want to move every 2-3 years, that just ain't going to work for me. That's just the honest truth. So I'll say with me that 5 year conversation is very big because I'm not tied down land wise. I don't have any kids. If I get a great opportunity in higher education where I got to move, 500 miles a different direction, I'm going to do that. And if my significant other isn't comfortable in that or doesn't agree with that, then they don't support my dreams and my aspirations. So, and I have to support theirs in the same way. So with me, that's a very big thing for me when I'm dating anybody. I want to know what your 1, 3, and 5 year goals.
Awesome. Thank you. Now it's been said that some brothers are afraid of commitment. Are you afraid of commitment? If so, why? And if you're not afraid, do you have any fears about being committed? We'll start with you, Demetrius.
All right, so by commitment, are you talking about the aspect of like just being with that one person, or maybe like commitment of like maybe like
knocking me?
All right. Me, I'm not afraid of being committed. I am, even though I am, 23. I'm still in school. It's easy for me to go in certain directions. Be single, or whatever. But I'm still, it's a mature aspect that comes to it. Me, even though I'm 23, I do know what I want. Me being in a relationship, currently, you know, it's just certain things you gotta be a man about with that. You know, that commitment. I disagree with saying that, you know, a lot of brothers are like uncommitted. That might be the type of brothers that they're dealing with, but I got a lot of friends that are very much committed and take it very serious, even those that are my age and, you know, are in the college setting as well. So I wouldn't be, you know, so harsh on that. But for me personally, yeah, I do see myself as, you know, being very committed. And it just goes to show, like, you got to know what you want. You know, I mean, maybe people are not committed because they, you know, they don't know what they want. You know, they're indecisive about things, and they don't know how to maybe like talk about that, maybe, you know, show that or whatever. But yeah, so that's what I would say.
That's very true. You know what you want.
Hey, Big Ant, let me add to that, man. Let me say something. I think brothers are not, me personally, don't want to be committed because the playing field is unlevel. It's more women out here, black women out here than black men. So, you know, a lot of cats out there playing the field, they don't want to be committed because, hey, I got this one over here and I got that one over here. So why would I commit myself to one when I can have me several? You know, I can play the game. So I think that's what a lot of brothers out there doing, playing the field.
And you know, society makes it cool to be a player or you know, something like that. But you know, I have to agree with Demetrius. You know, if you know what you want, if you find what you want, you're going to be committed to that because you have what you want. All right, brother. Are you afraid of commitment, good sir?
Who'd you call?
Grant, brother Grant.
Oh, I'm a tough question. If you asked me in my 20s, I would tell you I'm a little afraid of that word. But I guess as you get older, if you know, you got asked me in my 20s, I would tell you I'm not ready for that word yet. I guess as you get older and the more dating you do, the more people you involve, the more mature you got. And like the young brother said, when you find somebody, like you also, when you find somebody that, you know, no one's going to be everything you want them to be. When you find somebody close to everything you want to be, you commit to that person. If you ain't found that person yet, you're not going to do anything because you always going to get something out there better than what you got. So you're always going to keep out there searching. So, I mean, I guess it comes down to find that one person that has almost everything you want in life and treats you a certain kind of way, then you're going to be committed. And that's what it comes down to anybody. See, some people, they get married at 19, be together for 50, 60 years. You're like, wow, how do they do that? Because they call the one for them. Huh?
That was pre-social media.
Oh, okay. some people are getting married. Some people are getting married now in their 20s if they avoid, you know, Instagram and Facebook and stay off of those sites and not worry about other people saying they can make it. But like you said, that was pre all that stuff. I agree with you. That's what I feel about it.
Thank you, sir. Brother Torre.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We are so damaged and so misguided that we are like leaves in the wind. That leaves just going any place, anywhere, and that we've had people now come at it. Some of y'all figured out that with regards to society about imagery. So it feeds into some of us to be exploiters of our sisters, of our women. And so then we think it's cool to accumulate women, but that's not what it's about. We are here to build a nation, just to be frank and be real about it. And building that nation starts with a family. So again, with regards to being afraid of commitment, that is not what we have been about. But people get caught up into it because, again, from social media and with regards to images that we see that are truly not who we are and what we're supposed to be about. So then we become the exploiters also. I try to tell people, yo, this time out for all of that. That's why we function the way that we do, and that's why we cause the harm to one another. It is sad when we can't commit to one another to build something that is good for all of us. Because when I got that person down with me, there's nothing can stop me with regard to that, with regard to achievement and success. But guess what? When I look at her as being my enemy, then again, I'm going to try to get over on her. And then sometimes she has that mentality too. I'm going to get over on him. When all that does is cause us to fall apart. I'm saying, yo, We have to be committed because that's what other people do. And even though some of them may go and give you that craziness, that madness about women from Venus and men from Mars, guess what? They still build a nation. They still build a foundation. But here go people of color. We get caught up and we think it's about accumulation. It's not about accumulation. It's about a solid foundation for the next generation.
All right. All right. Mr. Jefferson.
Woo! Oh Lord, commitment, man. Listen, I hear all that, but for me, I've never been afraid of commitment. I think that you can see commitment in people. I think how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're committed to other things in life, it's not very difficult to be committed to a woman. But I mean, I got a different definition of commitment. Me personally, I mean, for me, it's about communication, and if they fit a role in my life. I'm very patient, but I have people that fit roles in my life, and we do just fine. We're committed in that space, and if it grows out of that space, we go out of that space. But I don't overcommit. I don't overcommit. I don't say, hey, we're going here and we're not going there. That's what I don't do. But committed to what we established. Yeah, I'm a pretty committed guy to pretty much anything I put my hands to or my eyes to do. But I think sometimes overcommitting is a problem. When you overpromise and underdeliver, that comes off as being phony or leading people a path that you don't intend to fulfill. But I think that kind of comes down to communication and some of those discussions of where we're going. So yeah, I don't think I have an issue with commitment. But I just don't commit very often. I mean, I don't step in a place where I know I'm not ready to go. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Dontavius, sir.
I'm gonna say that I'm never afraid to commit. I'm also going to say I agree with what he said. You have to fit a specific part of my life. I'm realistic. I don't think anything is going to be perfect. I'm raised by very strong women, so I definitely want a strong woman, of course. We have to be real in a lot of the situations that we're embarked on. And when I say that is everybody is not worth committing to. And when I say that, that means that a lot of us do socially date. We don't know what we want. I'm a man that is 30 years old, and I can honestly say, I met women that I thought were perfect. And perfect for my life. And when I started to further date them or date them exclusively or get in a relationship with them, I learned that they don't actually fit my equation, or my equation in life, which is what I want in life and the things I want in life. For instance, I'm the only son of my mother, which means that I want to have 2 to 3 kids. So if you want to have one child, that may not be something I want to commit to, or that may be a deal breaker with me. So I'm not interested in that. Another thing is, all of us have things that we agree on, and all of us have those things that we do not want to, agree on, or we don't just want to deal with. And, you may date someone, you may find out later down the line that they're not the type of person you really want to deal with. Their morals are not the same as yours. Their character is not the same as yours. So I don't think it's commitment with a lot of us guys. I think we see something up front, and we learn later all the bad things about that, and vice versa. I'm realistic when it comes to that type of thing, and I know that there are times when I'm going to meet people and I'm going to learn things about them later on in life that I don't agree with, and that's when I remove myself. So it's not always a commitment thing. It's more to me being honest with myself and knowing what I want and what I do not want.
All right. Thank you.
That sounds good. Okay.
All good answers.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all brothers this. You know what I'm saying? So any given order, y'all speak up at will, So in this day and age, back when I came up and all of us came up, you had grandma cooking, you had mama cooking. Now you got these new age young ladies, they ain't cooking. Do y'all prefer a woman who know how to cook, or how y'all want to do it in your household? What you want?
Yeah. I start off. I would prefer my woman knows how to cook, man. I know how to cook.
Okay.
but at the same time, I think a team effort is always best. So if if you beat me home and the food is already out and you cook, if I beat you home and the food is out, I'll cook. But I don't want it to be this constant thing of me cooking every single day. And I'll relieve my woman when it's necessary, or if I beat her home, I think it should be 50-50 on the cooking realm. That's just my thought. Because I don't want the same meal every other week also. I think with whoever's cooking, they may not spice it up enough.
Oh, you bougie then. You want a different meal every week? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't want the same thing? You don't want fish sticks on Friday? Hey, bro. Yeah, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but like you said, the team effort is good, especially if both persons are working. It has to be a team effort somehow, because if the woman's working and you working and you're not paying all the bills, you got to come home and help somehow. But the next brother, who anybody else want to chime in on that?
Well, I'm agree with him. I think it has to be a 50-50 thing. Both of you are working, even if you both are not working. If one of the spouses is staying at home these days, I don't want to cook every time, but I'm staying at home. Coming in once in a while. We go out to eat, or maybe you cook something. That doesn't be I like soul food, so no, not be soul food. Every once in a while, throw something healthy in there for me. But let's balance it. The balance has to be there. There has to be a balance in there. When we get that balance, everything seems to work itself out. So I believe in having that balance. To do a 50-50 on the cooking. If I'm a better cook, I'm probably cook more. Whoever's a better cook, I'm trying to push them in that direction to cook more. But I want to be balanced out.
You don't want that unseasoned food, bro? You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't want that. I don't want the same thing every other night either. So no.
Exactly. I'm with you. I can't have the same thing every other night.
Microwave work.
There's so many ways
the microwave work.
There's so many ways you can do chicken. So let's mix it up.
All right, who's next?
We're definitely going to say that it's something to share responsibility, but then even when people try to slam younger sisters and say that they're not cooking, now I have to say there's some younger sisters that I know who still carry on traditions. They got it mastered, and so again, it is shared responsibility. And I'm not always critical on saying that what our grandmama did, our mama did, that is not being done right now. Because guess what? They were the ones that were raising them also, and some of them were picking up on the same things that was given. So I'd say mad respect for them, because they are doing some great jobs in cooking. Because that's why some of our sisters right now got restaurants. I'm just saying.
Okay. But do you think it's a shared responsibility? I take it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Well, I don't think it's a shared responsibility at all. For me, like, as long as we eat, we're good. I mean, I do want someone that know how to cook. I know how to cook, but I just don't cook. It's just gonna be something special. Maybe your birthday, I'll bring you breakfast in bed or something like that. But I'm way too busy. So you know what I mean. That's something we can hire out, or she can take care of. But if it's my night, we're gonna eat. I just probably won't be cooking. So I don't necessarily believe it's share responsibility for me. For me, it's an understanding of how we have established our relationship, and these are the roles that we're gonna play. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to start taking the trash out with you. I don't necessarily have to. I don't have to share cooking with you. So, but we're gonna eat. That's what I do know. So that's all that matters to me. We ain't nobody going hungry. We good to go.
Girl, let's go eat. Let's get it.
Demetrius.
I couldn't have said it any better than everybody else said it. It's definitely for me. It's a shared responsibility. It depends on, of course, how you want it to balance out. Like, let's say, for instance, the position I'm going for, I want to be in medical school and, wanting to be a physician and stuff like that. Depending on, where my placement is, I could be working all night. I could be working, like 14-hour shift or something like that. Of course, I would want to kind of like expect, something. But of course, if I'm like off that day, or if I beat her home or whatever, that's nothing for me to go ahead and cook. Like, I'm straight with, basically putting, doing my part, basically. I'm okay with that. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna go on to how important is sex in a relationship or a marriage?
Man. Yeah.
I'll go and chime in first on that one.
Okay.
I think out of all things going, what you got in your relationship, I say it's number 3. I think the first thing is trust, then communication, then sex. Because as men get older, people get older, the sex drive is going to change.
Let me ask you something. Is your girl sitting right beside you in the room?
No. I mean, I think it's number 3.
Okay.
If I don't trust you, I don't know
how many numbers are in your list. How many numbers are in your list?
Okay.
I would say at least there's a couple. I mean, the list is about 10, but I think it's number.
Okay.
I think it's number 3.
Okay.
I mean, from what I've learned living, maybe my 20s, sex is number 1. Mid 30s, sex is still number 1. Okay, as I got older, I understand, I have to be able to trust this person overall. If I can trust this person, we can talk, all the rest of stuff gonna work itself out. Because as you get older, men know as we get older,
the libido stop.
Yeah, we got that blue pill out there, but we diminished in that area. Women kind of go back up to their 40s and 50s.
That's when you got to be on that macro route.
So I guess you gotta go natural and start doing other stuff. But I don't know. But I'm just saying, to me, it's number 3. It is important because if you don't have a good, healthy sex life, it can, spill over to other things and cause other problems within your relationship. So it's good and healthy to have one and communicate about what y'all consider sex, what's intimacy to you all is, how y'all want it to be, how it should be.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
Thank you, sir. Who's want to take a stab at it next?
Come here, girl.
I go, man. I say for the majority of my life, it's pretty damn important. I don't know if I'm cussing now, but it's pretty important. I mean, even some of my judgment is based upon how compatible we are in the bedroom. But I think as I'm getting older, it's still pretty important. I mean, it's still pretty important, but like he was saying, there's been women I've been with, I just couldn't even have sex with them no more because we couldn't even communicate, talk. I couldn't share my dreams with them. I'm a sapiosexual, so if you can't make love to my mind, it's gonna be I can have sex with you and still not make love to you. So, I'm in a different space. You know what I'm saying for me, but that the physical connection to be able to exude some energy. That really, for me, that helps my brain power. For me, that helps me take me to a whole creative space where I can go get these millions. So it's pretty important to me. I believe in the transmutation of that power. So, yeah, that's what I got, man. But as I get older, yeah, I can have sex with you and still not make love to you. So yeah, that's what it is.
All right. Who want to take a stab at the next?
The intimacy, the making love, sex, all that is important, and that's a factor because I tell people, that is ordained. That's created. That was created by the Creator. That's something given to humans for us to be able to connect and bond with one another. Now, is that overriding? Because again, as time goes on, we understand that again, as thrown out there, the trust and with regards to again building something. But yeah, it is important. But then also now we begin to understand to have a balance with regard to that. Because again, we begin to evolve. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people got ashamed about sex, about making love, about that intimacy. Because sometimes it's not just about, say, with regard to penile and vaginal, it's the hand hugging someone, it's the touch, it's the hand holding, it's the kiss. That right there can help alleviate some of that stress. Because now you can let your hair down because you got that person. Intimacy is all of that right there. Again, it's the mind, it's the body, and the soul.
All right.
That's a good one. Before I go to the next question, let me ask y'all fellas this. Keep it real now. Now, as a man, when you have sex with multiple partners, female partners, you know what I'm saying, what kind of negative effect do you think that has on us as a man, and even them as women having multiple partners? Do y'all feel the negative effects afterwards of having sex with multiple women? Have y'all ever, been through that?
What's the question?
Okay, as a man, when you have sex with multiple women, right? It's some negative effects that come with that. Negative energies that you get, because you becoming one with that woman, because your blood is their blood. When you climax, they climb. You become one with that person. Now, do you think there's negative effects having sex with multiple women?
Negative effects on who?
On your period. So when you lay down with a woman, right, and you have sex with her, but your intention is not to be with her, but your intention is to have sex with her. Her intention may be to be with you, but you went and had sex with her, but you done with her after sex. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel after you finish with her with sex, do you think that negative energy transfers? Because when you have sex, you're taking on their positive and negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel that's something that affects a person?
I think that's more
because Brother Torre says ordained by by the Creator, right? So if the Creator made that as an intimate thing for us to have with our one partner, when you have multiple partners, you're taking on multiple different energies from that partner, from that woman, or you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah, I'll answer it. I'll answer it in my opinion. I'm going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to flat out say no. I think y'all know having sex with multiple people, we're not tied to any of them. Yeah, we may like one more. We may want to be with one more, but realistically, you're not having sex with multiple people and being tied to specifically one of them. Not in my case. I'm not being tied to multiple of them or one of them. But I will say it will mess up your judgment when it comes to trust. Because when you are dealing with multiple people, you don't even just have to be having sex with multiple people. When you're dealing with multiple people, you don't trust as easy because you know what you're doing. So in your brain, you're saying, if I'm doing this, and they could possibly be doing the same. So that's why I try to give everyone their fair shot when I'm dating them, and if I'm socially dating, I try to remove sex from social dating in general, so it doesn't cloud my judgment, or so that it doesn't cloud the woman's judgment either.
Right. I feel you on that. So let me go to the I'm sorry. Somebody can say something.
I can speak on. I can't speak on that question, but I can speak on a question before that. When you were saying how important it is.
right.
So basically, I feel like it depends on where you view sex, like how you come to view it. Let's say you maybe religious, or you might not even have nothing to do with religion. Y'all say that, okay, we're going to refrain, we're going to be abstinent, or we're going to be, celibate in this. Y'all, that puts sex on a really high pedestal. Y'all go ahead and have sex. That could have, really, really, some strong effects on you. Or different from y'all having sex from, first date, and y'all just do it often and often. And y'all might not just see it as something very, it's important. It's very, very important. Because if y'all stop, it would probably cause some problems. So it's important, but it won't be put on that higher pedestal. So it won't be valued as much as what I feel.
All right, I got a question for you before you answer the next question. I answer the next question, Reggie.
Go ahead, bro.
Someone please define socially dating. I think you said that, Dontavius, right?
Well, all right, so I'll define it. Number one, there is no such thing as socially dating. So dating is social. The word dating is social. There is no restraints. You can date multiple people. Yes, you should tell, people that you are not dating them exclusively. Yes, you should tell them that, you are dating multiple people and that you're looking to find out, if, you want to date what you want in a person. You kind of want to explain that to the person that you're dating. So I would say dating is socially dating, but exclusively dating means that so exclusively dating is the second half. That's when you are dating someone, you are only dating that person, and you're trying to move forward or advance to what we call a relationship. It may not work out, it may do work out, But you know, when you exclusively date someone, you're only dating that person. You define what the commitments are. You kind of detail out every piece of what you feel like dating should be, or dating that person exclusively should mean, and then you know you're trying to advance towards a relationship and further.
Okay, let's proceed, Reggie.
Okay, so the next question is, I think this is a big question. Now, are y'all brothers intimidated by the woman who makes more money than you, bring home more money home than y'all?
No, not at all.
Anybody?
Uh,
Speak freely.
Anybody
like first, whoever.
I like to use the data behind it, man. I use actual data. Average man in general makes around, average man in the United States makes around $40,000 to $47,000, right? I think that's an average black man. The average man makes $46,000 to $56,000. That is the average black man. And I think that we all know as black men, black women are the smartest women in the world. They have the most advanced degrees. If you look around the world right now, you'll see them breaking all type of world records, everything like that. So when it comes to degrees and things like that, philosophies and all of that. So I'm never intimidated by that. I think being a man, leadership, leading, and I don't, that's not based on money. I don't think it's dating down to date someone who married either. That's the take on it. I'm never about it. I'm an educator, so at the end of the day, that's just my philosophy on it.
All right, Dr. Tor.
I don't think anyone should be intimidated at all by that. And that's something I think that we bought into some other people's narratives, and that's why I thought, this is a constant fight to not let somebody else tell you who you to be. And that's what happens so often, again, because we've seen this from the moment we've been right here. We've seen these situations like that, and we've been able to survive and thrive because we haven't bought into their madness. And what happens right now, you have these other people, other groups of people make more money, and guess what? And they use that to their advantage for them. But then when they pass on that sickness to us, we then get caught up into it, and then some of us get intimidated by it. But then I said there's a whole segment of us who we don't get intimidated by that because we understand it's about building something for not just today, but for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Brother Demetrius.
I'm not intimidated by that at all. I actually welcome that. If you make more money than me, I encourage you. I'm going to be that person that's going to be in your corner to keep on encouraging you to do that, because that's something that you rarely see. You breaking like like curse, because usually the man is making more. So if you make it more, that doesn't have nothing to do on my self-esteem, on how I feel about you or anything like that. It shouldn't. I know for me personally, I don't, like, let's say for instance, like with me, I don't want to do what I do for money. So if you just so happens to make more, it shouldn't really have an effect on our relationship. Or anything. Say if we're married, like, this is a team effort in the first place, right? So like, why should that even matter? It's not like you just gonna get all this personal gain. Really, it's gonna be putting into us as a unit, right? So
Absolutely. All right, the money guy, brother.
No, the money is to the household. I think some of that narrative or belief comes in how people act when they make that money. It's not the money. Like the money take care of the household. It's how you act when you got that money. Listen, if you got that kind of money, but you act like you the man of the house, that's where we're gonna have a problem, right? That's where I'm gonna have a problem. Yeah, I'm still the man of the house just because you make more money than me. So so when you take on that role, like, okay, you in control or you in charge or whatever. Like I'm an alpha guy. So that money is for the house if we together like that. But you taking on a role like you the man of the house, then that's where the issue would be at for me. So it's not the money, it's the attitude that might come with that money that some people take on. But hopefully you'll see that soon enough. You'll see that before you really get into that type of relationship. Like, okay, this is a controlling type woman. This is a woman that wants to be that's the boss in the office, not trying to be the boss at the house or whatever. So I mean, that's what I got to say about that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So when a woman do make more money, is she the man of the house?
Not my house.
Yeah, I'm saying when she comes, that's a good question. Now, is she the man of the house? She make more money. You say, no, just to be devil's advocate, bro. You say that's the money for the house. So if she going to work every day, she paying for extra stuff because she make more money. So is she the man of the house? So you know, how would that make her? I'm saying, how would she supposed to feel? How you think?
Wise being the man, I would say wise being the man of the house defined by making money.
Boom.
I think leader. Give me 1 second though. I think being a man of the house is a form of leadership. You know, one it starts with just being able to lead in general.
Right.
So you know, being able to have those specific conversations that are needed, being able to have discipline. Being able to understand certain things, way to protect your wife, way to, you know, to protect your household. But you know, money doesn't mean you always know how to lead. You can make
this world though.
Because you can make $200,000 a year.
No, this is America. Money rules the world. Money is
there are several people that make money that have bad finances. You know, there are several people that have a lot of money that make a lot of money that have bad finances. There are people that make $200,000 a year that have bad credit and are still living check to check. So you know, I don't think money defines leadership. I think money defines social class, and that's where we get dating down, and that's where we get, you know, you make $200,000, you should be dating a man that is a millionaire. You know, that's where we get these social class pieces. But when we boil that all down and we be realistic, there's only 1% of black men that make $1 million and above. So the chances of you having a man that makes $1 million is slim to none. You're gonna walk past 75 black men that don't make $1 million, and you're gonna walk past that one that you don't even know make $1 million. So when we say making less money, that doesn't define your leadership as a man, and that doesn't make you the man of the household.
And I would say the man of the household is the man of the household. Sharon Chisholm said traditionally, the man is defined in the household by his income and his work ethic. Well, traditionally, a woman is supposed to have pregnant in the house. So let's get out of all that was passed down to us. A woman just can't get behind a jelly spine man. A woman has to be behind and support a man, a black man that leads the household. Your income has nothing to do with being a man of the household. That's what society tells us.
No, that's what society. But that's a true statement. He's the head of the household, supposed to be, right? So if your woman, not even if your woman make more money, but if the scenario like this, if she makes more money than you, considerable amount of money more than you, and you're spending her money, you know what I'm saying? What woman wants you to spend her money? Women want to spend our money. We don't spend their money. So we spending her money. How does she supposed to feel? And come to her house every day, in this crazy world. So I'm coming home every day. Most of my money's paying all these bills, and he want to be the boss in the house. How you gonna be the boss of my house? I'm paying these bills. Majority of the bills.
I think it's a different thing. If both of y'all working, she just happened to make more money than you. But if you don't work and your wife is taking care of you, then you are not the man of the house. You're dependent. So that's a totally different conversation.
Yeah, we're talking about the average brother. You know what I'm saying? And this panel right here is probably some brothers who made good for themselves. But we talking about the average brother. You know what I'm saying? So black women are making more than black men these days. You know what I'm saying?
That still does not change the dynamic of who the head of the household is.
I think it will for a woman, because when you come home, that's your child now. That's your child. Because the more of my money, I'm going to work every day like you, and I gotta pay all these bills. That's your child now. Think about it now. Think about it. A man, you don't want that. You don't want your mama in your house, your wife, or your, you know what I'm saying, your lady.
Okay.
So you don't want that.
I got you. For the sake of conversation, we're gonna move on.
Go ahead.
Another question. Go ahead. So, brothers, what are some of the things you look for in a woman, and what are some of your expectations before you get serious with someone? Brother Jefferson, we'll start with you this time.
My number one thing I'm looking for is somebody to know how to listen. I found that to be the one of the few character traits I find in most women. They talk real well, but when it comes down to listening, you don't find that very often. That's the number one thing I look for. Again, I'm more of a I'm more of a brainiac type of dude. So I like that. I'm looking for someone I can share my dreams with, I can talk to, and I can feel, and I can trust that that's between us. And so that's number one on my list. And until I find that, that's a deal breaker for me. Come to you, I want to share something with you. I got something real. I got this $1 billion idea. I'm like ready. Like, yeah, let's get it. And I can't even get it out. Nah, you ain't the one. And I keep it moving.
Okay, somebody listen. Brother Grant, we'll go with you, good sir. Hey,
my number one is I gotta trust you. I'm an old soldier. I've been in the army for 26 years. I've seen some things, and I gotta trust you. I can do anything with you I want to do, but if I'm committed to you, I gotta be able to trust you. If I can't trust you, and I can't move forward with you. That's the number one thing. Then after the next thing, like a brother said, communication. A lot of people don't want you to talk to them. They don't want to listen, or they don't want to be listened to. So I mean, women always want you to listen to them, but then at the same time, a lot of women don't want you to talk. They just want you to listen. They don't want to. They just want to talk. So to me, that's important. I think gotta be able to trust you, like the brother said, and you got to be able to communicate effectively together. If you ain't got those things, then it's not a person. I might enjoy your company. I might enjoy being with you, but I'm not gonna be with you for a lifetime.
Okay.
I don't got good. I don't care how good you are in bed. We gotta keep one eye open, and when I'm sleeping, that ain't gonna work for me.
Okay.
That's facts.
Brother Demetrius.
I agree.
Is that me?
Yeah, hold on, Mr. Seaborn. Yeah, Brother Demetrius, go ahead.
Shoot, a lot of things I look for in a woman. God-fearing woman, someone I can, of course, communicate with, just someone I can be comfortable with. The vibes got to be there. I got to be comfortable to be able to talk to you about certain things, come to you about certain things. Of course, I got to be able to trust you. Some of the expectations, of course, I got to expect that what I'm putting in, I'm, getting it back. You know what I mean? Like if when I love someone, of course, I'm putting in some stuff. And then if I feel like, you're not, putting in your side of it, of course, that's going to cause a major problem. Maybe feel like you're not caring that much. That's one of the biggest expectations I can really expect. But really just the support aspect, especially the state of Black men now, that's the main thing we need is support, especially from my partner. So, yeah.
All right. Brother Dante.
I'm going to say what he said, and also communication and trust, as the other brother said. Those are my big things. I'm looking for a team partner. I'm looking for someone that I can trust, and look for someone who knows how to communicate. And I think communication is a big part of listening too, because if you're not listening, you don't know how to communicate effectively with me. You may not know how to, take on, my verbal cues. You may be trying to be, too involved in the conversation with the guys, and this isn't a conversation for you. So, small things. I think the small things are what matters to me. And I find all of those are small things. I think those are things you learn at home. I feel like communication is something you should learn at home. I feel like trust is something you should learn at home. And then I'll say my biggest thing is moral character. What you do when I don't see you. I think that's the biggest thing about anybody, what you're doing when no one's looking at you. That's something very big for me. And God-fearing woman is something very big for me too.
All right, okay. This may be the last one. Because you guys just been killing it. But how important is the physical makeup of a woman to you?
So for me, physical, I'm a visual person. The physical makeup is pretty important. I know that changes over time, but I do want a woman that'll keep herself together. And kind of, I guess for me, when I think about, I'm not gonna say a prototypical woman, but I just think about my mom, and just she didn't keep herself together over time, and so that's a real hindrance for me with a woman that will do that, kind of let herself go. So that's yeah. The physical makeup is important. I also do like a woman that does have a sensual side to her. You can go off and go to work and do whatever you do, but do you do lingerie every now and then? Can I get a little spice every now and then? That's kind of important as well.
Right.
The appeal, unwrapping the package, is pretty cool every now and then. I like to have a present when I come home, and I feel like I'm at Christmas time again. So anyway, yeah. So the physical makeup is important. Now, it's not as important as the mental for me. But when I think about relationship, marriage, I'm gonna be looking at you every day. I want to be looking at you every day as much as possible. So that's my answer.
Okay. Brother Grant.
I'm in agreement with him. I think physical appearance is very important. On both ends. I mean, you got to keep yourself up too for a girl as well. So both y'all get fat together. I guess it works out. But if she working out, I guess it out too.
Yeah.
But I think we all everybody's visual person. Everybody might say, "Well, looks doesn't matter." Yeah, we all know what do. Looks matter to a certain amount. We want somebody physical pleasing to us. I mean, when we walking with a girl, we want guys to look. We don't want them to say. We want them to look. We go, hey, yeah, he got a nice looking woman. Every guy wants that. We know we all do. We all want that.
I concur.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay, brother Don Davis.
I'm gonna say it's 50-50, man. I'm gonna say it's 50-50. Of course, I have to be attracted to you. That's what's going to make me approach you. But also, I have to be attracted to you intellectually. So if I approach you based off looks, and then I learn later that it's nothing there but the looks, that ain't gonna keep me. So I think it has to be 50-50. I also say beauty, beauty is bigger than skin deep, but I have to be attracted to you once meeting you. If I'm not attracted to you once meeting you, it's not gonna make me want to, approach you. And I'm big on approaching women. In today's time, dudes tell women to shoot their shot. But yeah, some of us are flattered by that, but I would like to do the shooting. That's just my thought.
Okay. Brother Demetrius.
Oh man. All right, so like it's very important, but to me it's like to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like of course, if I'm with you, I'm of course somewhat attracted to you. And that's what gets me, to even, talk to you in the first place, to be honest. But of course, when we get older and stuff like that, it's some things that, women can't help, when their body changes or whatever. So like, I'm not the type of dude that's gonna maybe require my wife to get some Botox or, injections or something like that to change it, because I feel like she's gonna age just as much as I will. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's on both sides as well. So yeah, that's basically my take on it.
Okay. Well, we have reached the 2-minute mark where we have to close. I want to sincerely thank you guys for taking the time out on a day such as today, especially with the Super Bowl on. It means a lot that you took the time to come out on the show to answer some questions and be honest. So I want to thank you for that. So we will have the ladies on, not next week because it's Valentine's Day weekend, and I got to be with my wife and my 2 daughters, or I'll be homeless. I'll be doing it from a shelter, but not next weekend, but weekend after that. we're going to have the ladies on. We're going to ask them some of the same questions. So I invite you all to attend that show as well. Enter your comments. And we'll see what they have to say. So Sharon Chisholm, thank you so much. Tia Brightwell, Anika Alma, Julius Hall, Dr. Torre, thank you so much. Elijah Grant, my brother, thank you so much. Financial Guru, Evan Jefferson, brother, thank you so much. Demetrius Hurst, I appreciate you, young brother. Dontavia Seaborn fam, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you all for being so candid. Brother Reggie, what you got before we get out of here?
Hey man, y'all have be safe out there. Y'all continue to be safe. COVID is real. And see y'all next time.
COVID ain't real at the Super Bowl. It ain't really. It passed over the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It just flew right over past Tampa.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go downstairs and watch it now.
All right, hey, y'all have a good night, brothers. We are out.
All right,
Hey.
man. Appreciate it.